Happy Sunday. How we doing, everybody? What
Let's
up, Yusuf? What up, Gordo?
My boy
Hope you guys are
Gordo been
having
getting to it.
a nice little weekend day, relaxing a little bit, hanging out with family, sourcing some products, as every good Sunday should involve. Just finished up a video. I was looking at the Nike sale. Pretty good. It's pretty good stuff
Cool.
on it. So
25%.
we found like a few $100 a couple minutes. So not a couple minutes, like 15 minutes. But go check out that sale if you don't know where to look. What up, Mohammed?
Cool. Sweet. Cool. All right. Yeah. So let me see. I'll get all right. Cool. I got the headphones in. Cool. So yeah, once you guys are in here, let us know any questions and such. Going to be a great week. Lots of wealth to generate. If you haven't already, watch my my new YouTube video with this lady Sam, who's a stay-at-home mom who sold over $1 million her first 10 months. Absolutely.
Did you get an updated interview with Sam?
Did. Well, dude, literally, I had multiple people ask. So yeah, and obviously,
I've been meaning to. I need to.
Yeah, I took your advice. I started selling. Let's hear it, Mohammed. Tell us about what we can help with, man. Yes, the people are liking that. It's got 1,000 views first 9 hours. It's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Cool. I made money my first week. Yeah, that's the cool thing though, is it's like the way Amazon's payout cycle and stuff works. Like obviously you're not necessarily going to get a deposit very quick, but you can totally like get going and make sales fast. Like if you're really at square one, I think the easiest way to do it is to work on the Nike gun gate, maybe Adidas gun gate, go to the outlet, scan a bunch of stuff, and just get going from there. That was an awesome interview with Sam. Hell yeah, more profit. Oh, whoa, you're riding the horse. Damn, that's interesting.
That's a profile pic there. It's also like vaguely on a golf course, I want to say, in the background too.
I think that might just be the
just a beautiful landscape.
Yeah,
standing on top of a horse. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and you're wearing the boots too and such. You could very easily fall. Respect, right there.
Stacking discounts when you need one more to make a deal work. Yeah, I do it. Yeah, there's not really a question there, but yeah, like that's the way to get to really make money.
Yeah, so like an example of what that looks like for anyone who might not be familiar. So like rackroomshoes.com, they have a buy one get one 50% off, and they have it's typically 10, 15, or 20 off 99 plus. You can stack those together. So basically you do small orders that are above 100 and you can utilize 2 discounts. And that's really, really key because very few sellers are going to know about both discounts and very few sellers are going to actually implement both discounts. So items become profitable for you that aren't profitable for other sellers, right? And that's obviously a major miss. Oh, how? You just apply both discounts. Now, not every website's going to let you do that though, right? Like some websites, items are going to become profitable just using 1 discount. Some websites, stuff is only going to be profitable a couple times a month when they have a different sale going on, right? And maybe you even have to stack in a discounted gift card too.
Yeah, the best ones will be like there's a sale plus you can stack a coupon plus you can get like 10% on a gift card. If you ever find that, then start digging deep on that site.
Yeah, and the key is that sounds complicated if you're a beginner, but it becomes very second nature to you eventually. And you know, after a couple months, and that complication is very advantageous for you, right? And horribly not advantageous for the beginner seller. So if you're a beginner seller, it sounds confusing, but luckily it becomes normal to you. So what you want to do is you want to have like a Google spreadsheet called like coupon tracker. And for each website you come across, say if you Google like Nike sneakers right now, like 7 different websites are going to show up in Google Shopping, Adidas.com or whatever I said, Nike or Adidas, whatever, Foot Locker, Champs, Nike.com, Rack Room, etc. Right? Shop WSS. And now it's on you to go find the different discounts that are available for all those different websites and track them over time. That's how stuff's going to become profitable.
Bang. Can you let Sam source live on the channel? Yeah, I mean, Sam can upload some videos if she wants to make YouTube videos.
I told her to though.
She needs to. I've been trying to get her to.
Yeah, she totally should. What about transparency codes? So transparency codes are where on like supplements where they have the barcode right there. It's like a built-in, pretty honestly interesting. And the key is that those items tend to be a lot less reseller friendly because the people are smart enough to put FNCs on the products. So they're not really looking for other people to sell it on Amazon.
You might run into it with like wholesale products. If you find like a very popular name brand, usually they'll only add it to super high volume listings that have been counterfeited. So they can like basically verify it's real.
Okay, so this someone else had asked a similar question, and I can't remember what people do to circumvent this, right? So like 18-year-olds who live at home that don't have a utility bill, how do they circumvent that? I can't remember.
Chicken
I
count
really,
actual bank.
yeah,
I don't remember how I got around it, to be
exactly, dude.
honest.
I was the same way. I think they only request it from some people. There might be
Paying
other
bills.
options, like you might be able to
There's
do
got to
your
be
tax, like
something you're paying for. Also, like you'll need business insurance. You can put a real name on a business insurance. It would match your address. Like it
but
gets harder if you're a kid because you don't have the
yeah,
utility bill.
that's the thing though. It's like there's a lot of 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids who sell, and very few people ask about that. So I think it's got to be that there's multiple submission options for that
Yeah,
criteria.
you got to be able to use. I bet you could use any like trustworthy utility credit card company, anything like that has your address on it and your name. I would have to imagine.
Okay, good question here. What up, Chasing Vibes? I've seen a lot of sourcing videos that always show Nike as an example. What are some of the best brands to sell other than Nike, Adidas, etc.? Now, if you're sub 50K a month, I wouldn't be worried about other brands, right? But the other brands are going to be whatever else you're seeing in the storefronts of the people storefront stocking off those Nike listings. Like just right off the bat here, Converse, Puma, Under Armour, are a couple examples of larger brands that are reseller friendly. But the key is that you can really easily in the next like 5 minutes here, Chasing Vibes, see like 50 plus examples of reseller friendly brands just going to a populated Nike listing and opening up all the storefronts with SellerAmp.
Yeah. Don't get too fixated on selling a million different things before you're making money. Diversify after you've got income. Don't diversify no income. Like
yeah, there's a couple scenarios where like it's typically bigger sellers giving advice and not realizing they're giving advice to newer sellers in terms like like get super anal about not selling products that get returned off.
I mean, it makes total sense if you have a legitimate profitable business. Like
and you're good at finding stuff, you have the choice, but when you're a new seller, you take what you can get. Okay, good question here. Would you use FBM over FBA starting with a low budget? Ideally, but I'm definitely going to do both because not every item is going to be FBM friendly, unfortunately.
Yep. Cash flow to hit 100K a month in sales. I made a video that kind of breaks all this down. It's like, how hard is it to sell $1 million on Amazon? Actually, I think it was my most recent video.
Yeah.
But basically, every dollar you sell on Amazon is probably, every dollar you sell is probably about 50 cents that you spent. So if you want to sell 100K, you probably spent 50K on products, the previous month. And realistically, you're not going to sell 100% of what you bought right away, exactly when you wanted to sell it. So you probably spent like 60 grand, and then you'll sell most of it, sell the rest next month.
And it could be a little bit less if you do more retail arbitrage, because that's a little bit higher profit margin. But we're talking from the perspective of like a nicely delegated OA business. You probably got a prep center, right? You're probably not doing only FBM. You're not driving around all day to find products and such.
Yep. Ungating question. What do we get? 8 minutes in? That's not too bad. You get ungated for a specific product or for a category. So you'll get the category first, and then whenever you do a certain brand, it'll probably also get the category if you don't have it yet. But after that, you'll just be doing the kind of the premium brands.
Yeah. And the cool thing is most categories are actually auto ungate. So like pretty much everything except toys and games and grocery typically will be auto ungate for a lot of accounts. Okay, here we go. $1 per brand, and testing a little bit cheaper. So it's probably that you're selling shoes, Rob. Basically everything except shoes are substantially cheaper.
Yeah. Also, $1 is a lot. Like that's a lot for even shoes. So make sure you're shipping in like 50, like at least as close to 50-pound boxes as possible. Like with shoes, it's not going to be possible. You should be able to get like 30 pounds in a box.
Do you have any online suppliers you recommend, like AliExpress? Pretty much, honestly, dude, everything except AliExpress.
Yeah.
Honestly, because, dude, we're not doing private label. We're doing reselling products, is at least what Warner and I talk about. So it's basically anywhere selling name brand stuff. Now, it's like, okay, some websites selling name brand stuff are scams, right? So you do want to verify if you're unfamiliar with the site, Trustpilot, Better Business Bureau, see if they're offered on the cashback sites. Ideally, check out through PayPal. And that's going to help you navigate that stuff.
Yep. Product says it makes 98 sales. Of those are the real sales it makes a month. Saw you're looking at. Oh, yeah. So that's how much the whole listing's selling. And if you're looking at the other sellers as well, like you're probably not going to sell 90 if there's 15 other sellers, but you'll get your share of that 90. And I would say those estimates are usually an underestimate, just to keep you on the safer side.
I got an email from Amazon asking to provide insurance. What should I do? You should follow their instructions and provide insurance. Good work though, Renato. That means you're making money.
Yeah, it means you're making money. Go to Next Insurance or the Hartford. Those are the two we use.
Sup, fellas?
Yeah, so Cameron was asking, interested in the FBA Roadmap. Do you guys do intro calls? So we're not going to be able to talk one-on-one with you, Cameron, just for the value. Pretty good price and all that. But if you ever have any questions, we're always there to help you. And then we've also got the weekly calls. Miles is doing one in what, an hour or two?
7, right? Yeah, so 7:30 tonight for anyone who's in that. Okay, super good question here from Rob. So that's because you're only doing 10 hats in a big box.
Gotcha.
Eventually, you're going to do 90 or 100 hats in a box that's honestly a relatively similar size, right? So that's going to drastically plummet your costs. For that, and honestly, man, 40 cents a unit, it could be worse, honestly. I mean, that's what a lot of prep centers are going to charge you, double or triple that, and everything. But the cool thing is, Rob, long term, your items are going to be a lot more optimized. You're going to put 50 or 100 or, in there. Now, pro tip, clothing items above 25 bucks, but well below 1 pound are really efficient to FBM the way the fees break down, the FBA fees. Or lack thereof if you're FBM a SKU specifically. So that's something to think about too, Rob. On that, I can see, you and the homie there both got the hats on, man. So you might want to consider FBM in there too. Yeah, hell yeah. And
that looks like somebody to help you throw stuff in boxes, do some prep work, right?
Yeah, man. And see, that was like an awesome question. Appreciate you bringing that up, Rob, and such. And we just saved a bunch of other people, a bunch of potential mistakes or spending too much there, man. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yep. Okay. How many sellers are too many? So it doesn't necessarily have a correct answer, right? So the item that sells 1,000 times a month, you can compete with 50. The item that sells 50 times a month, probably don't want to compete with 50 people. So it's about what makes an item interesting to you. You should have an ideal threshold where it's if I can't make, or at least I can't estimate to make at least $100 off this item this month, it's probably not worth labeling, managing that SKU, all that kind of stuff. And that's really at scale. If you're new, just buy stuff.
Yeah, and also too, the amount of sellers is never too many if the price isn't going down. So if the price is stable or going up, it literally can't be just naturally based on supply and demand economics, right? It can't be too much. Is that C4 pre? No, it's Gatorade. It is degenerate, but it's not.
Whoa! What do we got in there? Yellow 7 or whatever it's called, right? That doesn't sound. That sounds a little worse than seed oils, Miles.
Whoa, wait. Oh, the pre. Yeah, dude. That's a good question. I wonder what is.
There's petroleum dyes in
yeah.
Gatorade, right?
No. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's very rarely. What apps would you to check if products are legit or a scam? Gordo, in what capacity? Oh, seed oils are way worse though. Do you need an SK? Does it not matter? If Amazon requires it, yeah, I'd recommend just getting in the habit of FNCing everything though. Honestly.
Yeah. Gordo, if you're talking about verifying suppliers and stuff, use Trustpilot and all that.
Make sure you can use PayPal. Yes, he's waking up. Good, Pandora. Very good job. Yes, absolutely.
I'm not doubting it. I just think it's funny. Can't be sucking down Red 40 if you're not going to eat.
Gatorade? Is that in Gatorade?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's dyes and stuff.
No, because you think about how you feel after Chipotle versus how you feel after a Gatorade. Most of these stores, TJ Maxx, have hella private labels. Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with the brand, a lot of stuff is going to be private label. Finding new sites to source from on the regular. Yeah, dude, that's the way you do it, right? You use sourcing methods to build off other stuff, right? So Matt started out using the most basic option, right? Just reverse sourcing stuff, right? And now he got into Keep a Product Finder, which is a little bit more high leverage. Now he's finding sites to manual source, which is really hard for beginners, but very profitable for more experienced sellers. Okay.
I've been looking at prep centers. What you're looking for is not FBA, but FBM prepping. That does exist. Yeah. They're just rarer. So you're just going to need to send out a bunch of emails. And any of those prep centers that are doing FBA, ask them if they would do FBM. Ideally you find somebody that's kind of lower, kind of more low key. That you're going to prioritize you a lot more than the giant prep centers.
I'm not going to front. I do everything myself and I'm trying to automate the biz.
Yeah.
Well, dude, honestly, I mean, FBA is far and away better than FBM in 85, 90% of cases. And such, you'd probably honestly do a lot better mainly doing FBA, honestly.
Yeah, especially because most FBM prep centers will charge you $3 to $5 per unit.
Tax.
It's pretty
Yeah.
standard. And so at that point, you're kind of just nuking your advantage of being an FBM seller.
Unless the item's really,
Yeah,
really
if it's
expensive.
expensive
Yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, long term, you're gonna make so much more money FBA and predominantly, man. What's the best thermal printer that's compatible with the Chromebook?
What's that one you've been hype on? Palomo or something like
It's
that?
just cheap, man. It has a
Yeah.
shitload of reviews. Yeah. It's called Polono on Amazon. It's actually putting pressure on the rollout market. I'm not gonna front.
Interesting.
Well, you can see the sales rate dropping, right? The boys are smart.
Is the sales rank on the Rolo rising though?
We
got to do some research here.
Market research on the printer.
We got to roll out the
Dude, Rolo is so much better than Dymo. I remember back in the day, people were talking about Dymos.
We gotta roll out the Launchpad laser printer here before too long.
Dude, I was actually talking to a seller a couple years ago that almost made his own. Okay.
We should have, Loki. It's not.
Okay, no. So
just be a fun project.
Yeah. Ironically, the Rolo sales rank went up during Q4. But now it's about where it was a year ago.
It's
too.
chilling. It's
So,
chilling. They're doing fine. They're slinging thousands of those a month. They're chilling.
Oh, the ranks. I'm looking at the AMP data on it. Yeah, it looks like a fan. I mean, if y'all can get that profitable, y'all let me know.
Selling expensive items is a good idea. The right expensive items. I wouldn't be selling expensive electronics and that kind of stuff. It just has super high return rates. Like maybe you can't sell it again. But I mean, the right expensive items can be good. It's obviously more profit per sale. That good stuff.
Nessa 10 toes down on the Rolo. Absolutely. You guys do prep center FBA method? Yeah, predominantly. Probably we'll do some FBM through prep this year, but predominantly FBA. My guys sent out 1,000 units recently.
These dudes be cool. Yep. We will not be talking about that.
We're definitely not. Yeah, y'all can go on the timeline. Yeah, that's the last thing I'm doing.
This is not your Twitter timeline.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I'm focused on get rich. I'm not worried about other.
We're making money. You got to make money before you worry about that.
For OA, but not too crazy. Nah, use neither of those, Vincendo. Keep it simple. SellerAmp, Keepa. Watch Cousin Warner's videos, Uncle Garrett's videos, right? Watch my videos. We'll show you how to get right. Just keeping it nice and simple. And
if you're making less than 5,000 to 10,000 profit a month, there's no reason to mess with any other software. Keep it simple. Understand the basics before you're trying to automate with software and stuff.
Boom. All right, here we go. Pros and cons of FBA. Stank, are we comparing that to FBM or what are we comparing it to? Or are we just saying in general? I spend ages because I can't get. I've fallen behind on. Bro, print the wealth, man. Print the wealth. Pay someone to help you.
Those sound like good problems to have.
Yeah. You know how many people in this stream would love to have that problem?
Those sound like great problems to have. Yeah. Who like what family or friends wants to come work for you for 20 an hour while they throw stuff in bags for you?
Get the little brother in there. Get the little brother.
Get some siblings, get the parents, whoever wants the money. Like, those are good problems. Get
the girlfriend in there. Yeah. And you got you're on a burner account. So I'm going to have to assume that you're probably younger. Right. So you probably do have someone that would want 10, 15 bucks an hour. Thoughts on starting with arbitrage transition to wholesale? Fantastic idea. Yeah, Tyler.
That's what everyone will tell you to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the perfect way to do it.
Yep. Double down on your simple replens, add in some suppliers for the stuff that gets harder to find, and bang. You figured out how the reserve works? Yeah, so like the sales you made 4 weeks to 2 weeks ago are going to pay out on your current paycheck basically, and the sales during the last 2 weeks will pay out during your next one, if that makes sense. So that goes even as you they're holding half your revenue. Yeah, it might be a new seller too. They hold half of your fund, or they hold your funds for a month when you're a new seller, right? Just the first month, and then after that they pay out the 2 to 4 weeks ago, and then as you sell more, you'll get paid out daily for the sales that happened 2 weeks ago. But you always have basically 2 weeks of revenue that's locked in case there's returns or anything like that. That's what they say. Really, they're short-term investing your money, but like that's the game.
Yeah, that says hell. Yeah, y'all. If you really want to get radicalized, look up fractional reserve banking. Thanks for a video on VQ. Hell yeah, yeah. If y'all need to get started with repricing, watch that video. Get you right with that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of you guys if you're in the 1 to 2K a month range and you don't have a repricer, like turn it on. You have your best sales day. Just make sure you're not setting your mins at like places you're not profitable and you're chilling. Like you're gonna have a great day.
Yeah, and also too, like for those of you guys as you're scaling, like people see repricing as way too much of a set it and forget it activity. It should be something you audit from time to time, especially as you're going deeper on certain listings.
Yeah, it's the only thing I still do. Everything else is outsourced, but repricing, you can make a ton of money by changing 50 cents here and 25 cents here, and like it's a great daily check.
Because there's so many outside factors that
Yeah.
could you know what I mean, like something being easy to find or very difficult to find going discontinued, right? That you are acquiring so much alpha just really being in the mix on and such too. So yeah, by the way, someone had asked, so our next free training we're hosting is going to be on March 6th, so about 10 days from now. That's linked down below if y'all want to get registered for that. Where can we learn more about repricing? Search on YouTube, Fields of Profit repricing or Flips for Miles repricing, and probably watch all the videos, honestly, like, you know, for an hour or something.
Just watch a couple.
It'd
Yeah,
be nice
you'll
to
get a good gist. What are some things to consider to buy more after a test buy? That is a great question. So the obvious one is the price still at the same spot? If it is, then you're kind of restocking. When you are restocking, don't go off like any software estimates or anything. Look at the number of days you're in stock and average out how many you sold every day you were in stock, and then buy usually 30 days. Adjust up if you think it's going to be hard to get that same buy cost again. Adjust down if you think it's going to be easy to get that buy cost again. Like anytime we're like replenishing products, you should be replenishing based on sales, like the coupons and those like clearance sales, that kind of stuff that's going on. And just kind of trying to stay in stock until that next price is going to come back around.
What about a listing that doesn't have a buy box? Print the wealth if the Keepa chart looks good. When you're analyzing a Keepa chart, it having a buy box quite literally means nothing. You're looking at the same factors regardless, right? You're looking at the offer count oscillation, the sales rank, and the price trend. Any tip? But I'm excited and nervous. Any tips? Okay, Estrella, your grandparents were getting shipped overseas, getting forced by the government that they pay their tax dollars to, that the government prints out of nowhere to go fight in wars, right? You can't be nervous about starting a business, right? But if we're talking tips, do some FBM is a great idea. Retail arbitrage is going to be the most simple and easy to understand way to find stuff initially. Storefront stalking using SellerAmp is going to be the best way to find stuff for OA, and networking with other Amazon sellers is going to be wildly beneficial.
Yeah, Angel's trying to predict the nuclear bomb drills line. You didn't use that one this time.
I should have though, but shit's facts though. Like it's facts. Like nothing's really like, you shouldn't be nervous about anything in the modern world.
Yeah, the people around you have made you think it's crazy, like big, dramatic decision to make to start a business when really you're starting out by throwing $500 somewhere, seeing how it goes, taking a shot on yourself.
All right, okay, we got the Facebook user in here. Let's go. We got one. Vibes. At what point should I start finding a VA? You'll kind of know, man, but like you somewhere in the ballpark of 15, 20 to 30K rev a month, to the point where you're making thousands in profit a month. And, you're looking to free up some time, man, whether it be like admin, product research, etc.
Yep. Payout method have to be a credit card. Payout method would be a bank account, but you'd always want to have a payment method on your account being a credit card in case anything goes wrong.
And either way, go through the process of creating an account too. Like you would have learned all that if you went through the process,
Should you wait to sell your items to reinvest the money? Only if you're completely out of money. But if you know that you're going to run out of items and you can restock it, and by the time you get them back and you can start listing some FBM, like you won't be fully out of stock, that's always better. Because the longer you can stay in stock on a listing, the more sales Amazon will give you on a listing.
Do you use BQL Sales Maximizer? Nope, never use Sales Maximizer unless you need to liquidate something. Because my email is correct. How do I fix it? Deborah, that's something you're going to have to figure out on your own. I assume putting a different email or making your email correct. Is 500 enough? It's 500 enough to start this up. So if you have $500, you need to start out selling used books, which is also known as the trenches. But you only got $500, so you need to be in the trenches, right? Desperately, you did, right? So start out with used books. You only got that much. Yeah,
look for old electronics too, like boom boxes, like VCR players, like all that kind of stuff. That made me a bunch of money when I was trying to hustle with not a lot.
Yeah, and used. Those are primarily
used condition,
like thrift stores and stuff. Really hustling, like being heavily rewarded for investing time.
Came across videos on YouTube, really interested in selling. Bang, you're in the right spot. Dig through, go look up Flips for Miles free course, Fields of Profit free course. It's It's like 3 hours of content, teach you pretty much everything you need to know, and just go do what we showed you in those videos, and you'll kind of be off to the races. Our DMs are open if we can ever answer any questions.
Why does Amazon require liability insurance? Probably a question for the U.S. government, if I had to ask. I think, but I mean, someone's, you know what I mean? Like they don't want the. I mean, obviously,
I don't know why Amazon. It's a good idea for you to have it. It is interesting why Amazon forces you to. Maybe they're just looking out for you, but like, you know, in the 1 in 1 trillion chance that somebody takes a supplement and then tries to blame some random third-party seller, like that's
and
why
actually
it's there.
has that.
That has no bearing, or like that's completely the wrong party to direct it at. Like,
we live. So Sean, it is definitely not Sunday, February 25th at 5:27 p.m.
We've had the free class accusations of being pre-recorded,
which I get.
The YouTube
that
live.
I get. Yeah, that I get though.
Yeah. Never the YouTube live.
How much money would be a good starting point? Somewhere between like 1 and 3K. I mean, if you got less than that, there are totally ways you can sell on Amazon with less than that. It's just going to require a lot more time, and be slightly different than what we talk about on our channels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was your biggest sales day? Do you have any revenue goals? Well, yours was like 47,
43.5.
Like
yeah, 43.5.
I think
that was also one of the more stressful days of my life too.
Yeah. Mine was actually this last year. We did like it was like 30 something in a day. Yeah. All FBA though, so it's lit. Like,
that's way more impressive.
Sitting there,
yeah. Because so a lot of that inventory that you bought, was that already there? Or were those Black Friday buys you got in quick?
A lot of it was Black Friday, but it was stuff we'd been buying,
that's
like stocking up on.
But like, dude, that shows like,
because I mean, like I was just like, I don't want to mess with FBA. I'm just gonna rip it all FBA, and a bunch of it checked in. Like,
and there we go. And the cool thing is, either way, dude, you're buying stuff so cheap during Black Friday. It's like, all right, like I believe in this item. I sold it a year ago. I bought it again 3 months later, right? You know, you're confident in that stuff.
Angel said this is AI. Yeah, it's pre-recorded AI answering questions on YouTube chat.
I got declined with is this normal? Relatively normal. My Converse one got declined like 7 times. Nike 4 times. Yeah.
We go through like 2 to 3 month cycles of ungating getting easy. We're getting into the hard cycle again. I won't like from what
I do think so based on data.
We're back in an ungating recession. We'll be good in another month probably.
Dude, do you remember how brutal September was? That was the worst by a mile. Man. And then 2022 was a massive bull market too. Where live calls with people who have the FBA roadmap. So Johnny, check the announcements and the Zoom call recording section of the Discord. For example, today, if you check announcements, you'll see we have a call today at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with yours truly.
Bye. Where to buy discounted gift cards? Good question. Card Bear will aggregate a lot of the legitimate sites that you can buy it from, and just go to the site that has the highest cashback. I like Card Cash and Raise. Yep.
And then also, if you're ever getting cancels on Card Cash, which you probably will, they have a bulk buying program, and then Top Cash Back, for whatever reason, doesn't show on the aggregators. So you want to be hip to Top Cash Back too. Is the Discord free? The free one is, Sean, it's linked in both of our descriptions. You want to check that out, man.
Yeah. If you're talking about the one with the call, that is our course. That is not free.
What do you guys recommend for taxes? Listen to everyone except people like us. Or listen to everyone that's actually licensed to tell you about taxes, which is not us. So we can't tell you, unfortunately, anything.
Yeah, please talk to a CPA. Somebody locally. It doesn't have to be some fancy like e-commerce CPA. They'll pretty much seen it at this point.
I got it with an invoice in literally minutes. That's a good sign. Can you? Yeah, Deborah, we're not sure why it's saying the wrong email. You probably want to try a different email or call Amazon. We're not familiar with that.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. How do you liquidate used or very slow moving items? Typically, like test a coupon on it, Angel. Coupons have been really nice for like increasing visibility and buy box share recently. You can always lower prices and stuff if it just genuinely doesn't sell, or cross post it to other marketplaces.
John, how do I find the Discord within the course? It's the one that says helpful deals in Discord link. And if you bought it in the last 6 months, there'll be like a really clear button on WAP that'll show you where it is. Yeah,
Johnny, you can shoot me a DM on Discord if you can't find it, but it should be.
Well, no, the problem is my boy isn't. He can't find the Discord link, so then they'll got
email like whatever.
Yeah,
it's on WAP. It'll say join Discord. It should be pretty easy
if
to
you
find.
look, you'll see it. Yeah. threatened to sue you for selling their product. I got hit with a cease and desist letter. It's going to happen frequently. I mean, you can obviously mitigate by only selling big brands, which I kind of agree with, but it will happen every now and again. Do I need the $40 account to open more stores? You shouldn't want to open more stores in the first place, but yeah. Yes, absolutely, Lamar. Utilize PPC. So our homie Corey Ganim, Ganim, has a really good video on PPC campaigns. What is what? Johnny, you bought it through the platform called
Johnny. Search your email for just search Roadmap, and you'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also where you bought it. It's WHOP too. Y'all, it seems you probably didn't look at it at all, Johnny. I would really recommend looking at that initial email you got.
Octavian, 8-year-old Amazon account, bang. That'll be good for ungating and stuff. You get auto ungated a lot. 10K to invest. Why'd you get rid of all the old replens? Look back and see if you can start selling any of those again.
Yeah.
But as far as apparel goes, like that's what most of Miles and I's videos were looking at. So like just go watch a couple of our sourcing videos for an hour and you'll kind of see.
And the
reason, and then use that same principle on the Nike sale that's going on today.
And the reason we do those big brands predominantly is because that's the easiest stuff to ungate, and that's products where you can spend a couple hours and literally guarantee that you're not looking at any wholesale competition. And that's pretty much the only types of products you can do those with. So that's why we love those for beginners.
Yep. Uline for FBA boxes for shoes. Yeah, it's a good one to get, like the right size, saving on shipping, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But you can also at a small scale like Walmart, Home Depot. I mean, or actually
those are like weird sizes for shoes, right? Those the retail.
It depends. So it's like anything above like a size 11, typically you got to go Uline or get fancy. Is it possible to ungate using an Amazon business account? Yes, actually. I think personally, you probably don't need to be doing that because you shouldn't be really selling products Amazon's selling. I think it's way easier to just use big retailers, but you totally can. Still have friends and family passes? Angel's an OG. That's a question for the Nike employees on the phone, but I think so. Ooh, yeah, dude, my bad, Tado. You're absolutely right. Yeah, my bad. Got the drip on.
Did he make that?
Bybot? Oh, no. I mean, maybe.
I didn't know if he was like the
multiple years ago. So
part of the company that was like fulfilling the hoodies and stuff for you.
Me. Oh my, it was brutal. It was brutal because Danny put my phone number in, so they would call like every couple days, as if we literally weren't ordering 20 t-shirts and 3 hoodies. Staples is good for non-bulk. Yeah, facts too, definitely. Yeah, and you could probably get tax exempt there too, potentially.
Yep. Got approved to sell Adidas. Amazon's selling every product from. They're definitely not selling every Adidas product. Just storefront stock people who sell Adidas, and they mostly sell non-Amazon if they like making money.
Yep. Yeah, and that actually, so Ray, you shouldn't be doing manual sourcing, which if you're coming across a lot of listings Amazon, I can nearly almost guarantee you're doing manual sourcing. That's going to be a lot harder for beginners. I think it makes a lot more sense to storefront stock, which ironically, you're going to come across very, very few items Amazon is on. If they are on them, they're probably going to be listings Amazon shares the buy box on, which makes them honestly pretty chill.
Yep. $1 million in 5 days. I mean, there's levels. There are levels to this game.
In December. Yeah, crazy, man.
And then the biggest Amazon sellers are getting lapped by the biggest, like, I don't even know. There's always somebody bigger. That's the beauty of it though, right?
Oh yeah, that you can make progress, get better.
It's blue ocean.
See more results. Yeah, like at most jobs, you put in a bunch more effort, you get like maybe 10% more money year over year. Like if you're really a dog, right? But with this stuff, you put in more, you get out more.
You give yourself a 300% raise every year. Like,
and you get better. You meet more people at compounds. You can hire people, etc. Bro, Angel, that dude's printing money though. If you know how to find that stuff profitable, like that's printing money. Like. Very, very printing money.
The guy with 10 ASINs is either making $0 or $1 million. There's no in between.
Yeah, that especially like if you're seeing like if the sales rank is good on something and the price is stable, people are printing wealth on it.
Yep. And
for some reason that is a hard concept to understand for some people. Cool. So yeah, we'll be on a couple more minutes, guys. Golden hours starting to hit here. So y'all let us know Any more questions here? It's getting slightly darker or darker slightly later every day, which is beautiful. So we're almost in sun max season. We're not quite there though. We're working on it. How do you print out labels with a label from your Do I Create mode? Yeah, you just click print labels and it'll pop up the PDF or essentially like the web page. You can print them from there. Appreciate you both, of course. I have a specific question to storefront stocking. Let me know. What's up, Steve? Yeah, fire away, man. Fire away, Steve. Cool, sweet. All right, so we'll do Steve's question, then we're gonna hop off for tonight. If you're in the roadmap, we got the call going down at 7:30 Eastern as well, so you should check that out too. That'll be fun. Yeah, and then the link takes me inside the course. Yes, Johnny, there's a link in the course for the Discord, brother. I promise you, if you open it up, you'll see it. I promise you. Is there a way to see when a store has added a new line? Not easily, and it really doesn't matter. I think that would be helpful data to have, but it's too much work for if you're asking that question. You don't need to be working that hard to find stuff.
Bang.
New
source books at Dollar Tree. Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah. Is RA good in big cities? Like it's actually best in big cities. Yeah, because
which seems counterintuitive, but like that's like a lot of good brands and stuff end up there, so it's pretty good to check out.
Suggestions how to get ungated in Starbucks. Any big website, buy 10. Probably wherever you found the item profitably.
Anywhere that sells it profitably. Submit the invoice, you'll be good.
Yep. Is what category is best beginner friendly? If we're being like Nike, Adidas, and Puma stuff, because there's going to be no wholesale competition and it's going to be OA and RA friendly. And then over time, like it really doesn't matter what's like kind of the best. You're going to build out your own niche and such.
Yeah. Just start where it's easiest, which is clothes and shoes. Cool.
All right. As a beginner, this is the last question here. Which category do you advise me to start selling? Yeah, I'd say what we just said. On that, I thought you said best advice, so I will fire away on some best advice, even if you didn't ask for it. Though. Come to our free training on March 6th. We're going to put you guys on a lot of free game. That's linked in the description. Watch a bunch of this guy's videos. Watch a bunch of my videos. Follow as many social media accounts that talk about Amazon as you can. Ideally, people that don't sell things. You're going to absorb a lot of free game from that. That's going to help you aggregate. Go to the link in the description. Do all the auto ungate ASINs. Place an order today for Nike and Adidas ungating. Go to your local Nike and Adidas outlets. Start scanning stuff. Your local Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Start scanning stuff and start doing some OA product research as well.
Bye.
Cool. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, of course. We got Strike LaCroix, man. You got to come more often. You're nice and active. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
You got good vibes when you come.
Hell yeah. Yeah, bro. I appreciate it, man. Have a great night, family.
See you guys.